Hey, your boy K Minor, former NFL linebacker, entrepreneur, and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you. Man, I appreciate you being here. Listen, my goals are to do these weekly, and some days I get bogged down, man. But I apologize. My goal is to be here weekly, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm giving you my promise, so I'm going to make sure that happens. Listen, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Appreciate you. Do me a favor. If this resonates with you, hit me a like. On top of that, give me a follow. On top of that, turn your bell on, so when my videos come through, boom, you get a ding, 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 and you know, go check it out. So hey, listen, my whole point is to serve you, right, in a few different areas: inspiration, motivation, business success, entrepreneurship, e-commerce, and lifestyle. That's what I want to talk to you about. And I hope somewhere through that hogwash of all kind of crap I'm talking about, right, you can find something that resonates with you, that helps you in your life or your business, or makes you just feel damn good. And if I can do that for you, then that's all that matters. And today we're talking about, how having 100 employees allowed me to do nearly $10 million in my business. How having 100 employees allowed me to do nearly $10 million in my business. And so let's go. So listen, back in 2007, I got the entrepreneur bug, right? I didn't know really what entrepreneurship was about. My grandmother had a barbershop for many years, but I was young. I didn't really understand that. But I knew that I wanted to create wealth. I knew I didn't want to do the 9 to 5 forever. I was in a sales position after my football days, and I said, man, I gotta do something for me, my family, so I can get ahead and move fast and get that nice little that hot rod or something, right? So I had to figure I need to do something. So I didn't have an idea to manufacture. So what I started doing, I started going to franchising meetings, franchising shows, and I went to probably about 700 of them. Really, I did, and I found one that catered to me because I love to eat. So what better people got to eat, right? So I get in the franchise with this food, and I can eat in the process too. So I dove in the franchise space of pizza, and I loved it. And let me tell you, it was not always pretty. It was not always pretty at all, but I enjoyed it, and it really brought me to a new place in my mindset as well as in life, right? Things I wanted to do, and it helped me, like those things helped me become the guy I am today, the man I am today. And the experience I went through, good and bad, it was such a benefit and such a blessing for me. So that being said, I'm in this store. I take over a store. Right now, prior to that, I was a manager of a store for about 2 years, so I understood that side of it. When you get your own keys, though, whole different ballgame. So I got my own keys. I got my store. So okay, here we go. What we do next, right? And it's one thing again to be a manager. It's one thing to have your own shop, and I just didn't really understand what to do. I didn't know, and so. Thank God I had people who came along in the sales process, so they kind of had a system going already. But I really wanted to dive in and make it my own, right? I wanted to carve my own niche in this whole franchise game and really kind of blow it up. And so I remember one day thinking, okay, what can I do? I knew I had all these different things, different experiences from pro sports, football in particular. I said, how do I use this in business? How do I bring what I learned, outside in the NFL and at Notre Dame? How do I bring it to business, right? And so I said, okay, I learned football, teamwork, right? Creating a plan, right? Leadership, commitment, trust, follow-up, little things, accountability. I learned all these things in football. I said, how do I bring that into the business world, right? And I tell you what, when I got that, when I grasped that, the store just took off, right? Now, I still didn't know what a P&L was. I didn't know what a balance sheet was, all that. I learned that stuff later. But I learned these qualities I learned in football, I just brought to business and brought to my store. And we took off. Right, and sales start soaring in, and some marketing ideas, right? Things just kind of took off, and so for me, those 100 plus employees really helped me because I couldn't deal without them at all, right? It helped me to get to that nearly 10 million mark because at the end of the day, right, many of the employees, right, they understood it, they bought into it, and they. When I wasn't there, they piggybacked off me and they ran with it, and we had some success for a nice amount of time. So to me, it was 4 things that I would say that contribute to that. 4 things that if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, trying to hire employees, thinking about hiring employees, these are 4 things for me that I use that helped me go from actually 120 employees actually to hit that nearly $10 million mark. So let's dive in. Number 1 is have appreciation for your employees. Let me say it again, have appreciation for your employees, right? And that can be a little as how you doing, how's your day going? Caring about what's going on in their life outside of work, right? Bringing them Donuts, right? Giving them free pizzas, as long as they don't get overboard with it and eat up the food costs, right? But have an appreciation for your employees and let them know that, hey, I thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me you're being here. How can I serve you while you're serving me? Number one, have appreciation. Number two is sharing the vision, right? You got to share the vision with your employees. They have to know what's the short-term vision and what's the long-term vision for your company, right? Are you having multiple stores so you can use those employees to be managers one day, or maybe even give ownership to one day, right? Is your focus to kind of get as much as you can and then sell, right? And so they know that in 3 to 6 months or a year they're looking for a new job. The key is to share your vision and be upfront and honest with your employees. I'm telling you, when you do that, right, they will do the world for you, and they'll bend over backwards for you, knowing that you care about them. Number three, give them ownership. Now, I don't mean ownership as far as the business. I mean give them ownership to make decisions in the store. So, for example, if you have a wall of kind of all your charts and things here, right, let them decide what goes where. Right? If you have different uniforms you wear, let them decide what we wear on certain days, right? If you have a walk-in, right, let them decorate the walk-in how they want to put the food around the walk-in, right? Give them ownership of the store so they feel invested. When you have somebody invested in your organization, in your store, again, they will do the world for you, especially when you get multiple stores and you can't be there. Those people will carry you on your torch and give you the right systems and places you want. And number four, I try to find people who care about others, right? I try to find people in the hiring process who care about others. And I knew that based on my questions I asked in the hiring process, right? I asked a certain question so I can tell, is this person here for themselves or will they be a team player, right? I come from the football world, right? It's all about team, right? You can't win a game, right, without team, right? You lose a game with team, win a game with team, right? So I come from that aspect. So how can I hire people who have the same mentality of teamwork, togetherness, one love, bonding, all that family? If I can find people who fit that mold, man, we can have a great organization here. So again, those 4 tips for me that I use, 4 strategies that I use in my business, again, hiring over 100 employees, doing nearly $10 million in my restaurants, was appreciation, right? Number 2, sharing the vision. So number 1, appreciation. Number 2, sharing the vision. Number 3, getting the ownership. And number 4, right, finding people who generally care about one another. If you can do that, right, and you can create a system in place, let me say it again. If you can do those 4 and have a system in place that allows you to scale, but allows you to give your employees the ownership they want and the freedom they want, right, to feel alive and a part of something, you can have so much success. I promise you can. Hey, your boy K Mine. I hope that served you. Again, please do me a favor. If you like that, shoot me a like. Send it over to someone who can use that. Give me a follow here. Right, turn your notifications on so you hear a bing, bing, bing next time I drop a video. But I hope this has served you. Remember this. It's always your choice to take it off the sideline and to get into the game. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.